Greetings, folks. This is Scott with the Game Audio Institute. And to start our journey into learning a little bit about how to code audio and dealing with audio in Unity, we're going to start from the very beginning, installing Unity from scratch, and also then installing the Microsoft Studio Code app so that you can then edit the code and stuff like that. So without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is we need to go to unity.com. That's the main website right here, unity.com. And what we're going to do is get started. Once we get started, we're going to go to the next page, and what we're looking for is the tab that says individual. So we want to take the individual, and what we're going to do is we're going to use the personal one. You can download for Windows, so if you have Windows computers, you can automatically hit that. You can say download other versions if you want to download something else for another computer. So download for Mac. So the Unity Hub has actually downloaded right here, Unity Hub Setup. And actually what's in here is a disk image file. You'll see that you have this thing here, and you just drag it to the applications, and you're really basically good to go. And at this point, this is how you will do all of your administration and installing of Unity, and also even installing extra modules and things like that too. So for that, we will just click on that applications thing, and we'll go here. You can also, and then we have the Unity Hub app right here. We're going to double click that, and we're going to start it right now. Here's what's going to happen. You have these versions, and this is a pretty safe version to go for. This is the LTS version. LTS means long-term support. It's pretty much the default version. Now, the version of Unity is extremely important. So for sure, if you're working for a client or something like that, make sure you ask them which version of Unity you are installing, because it is absolutely vital, and old versions won't work with new versions and vice versa sometimes as well. So it's just save yourself a lot of headache, and make sure that you check with somebody who knows what's going on. If they're using a version of Unity and you're also using that version of Unity, life will be a lot better. Okay, anyway, so we're going to click Install Unity Editor. Now, the next thing that we need to do once we've installed Unity is we need to make sure that we are okay with the build itself. So we need to actually make sure that we have a license. Our personal license needs to be basically certified effectively. So in order to do that, you're going to have to log in with your own Unity ID. Now, you can go to the Unity website, you can make your own ID, and it'll send you authentication information and everything like that. You can create an account if you don't have one already, and it'll send you information on that kind of stuff. In my case, I already have one, so I'm going to basically allow it to log me in. And now I have this here, and now I'm basically going to go to Manage Licenses, and I'm going to return this license just so I can add it again. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to click Add License from here. So again, go to that thing here, and then go to the licenses under Preferences, click Add License, and we're going to say Activate with license number, activate with personal license, and get a free personal license. That's what we want. Activate the personal license, and it'll give you a lot of boilerplate and everything. You just basically click Agree and get personal edition license. All right, so we're good to go. Now we have that license in here, and we're ready to happen. So this is fair, and this will basically work for any number of versions of Unity, which is really super awesome. Now we're going to start this thing, but we also need to actually start getting some code support, essentially, right? So that we can actually do some scripting later on, because that's going to be really, really important. All right, so this is a really cool, kind of actually slightly slimmed down version of the big old Visual Studio. And you can just basically download the Mac Universal version and the stable build. And then once you do that, it'll come down and in its own sort of thing, downloads, we'll see Visual Studio Code. It just basically comes down as an application. I have actually already put mine in the applications, but it's not really a big deal. You can just drag it into the applications folder, and you got it right there. Now, the next thing that is really important to do for Visual Studio Code is because you're going to be working with C#. So let's just start up Visual Studio Code. And what you're going to want to do is click on this icon right here and type C# so that you can get the C# extensions. I've already installed these, but basically all you have to do is just type C# like so. And you can click on that. And then it already says that this is installed, basically. I can uninstall it if I want to. Another one that you can do is you can type Unity right here, and you can type in code, just type there and look for Unity code snippets. And this is a pretty good one to do because it'll automatically complete a lot of options for Unity code for you, which is not a bad idea if you haven't really done a lot of coding in C# before. It'll automatically sort of complete certain kinds of things, which is very useful. So I'm going to click install here for that. And all right, so then that basically is going to be it. Now what we need to do is go back into Unity and start it up. So we could say new project. Go to the core, go to third person, and click download template. You want to name your project, whatever we're going to call this. We're going to call this test audio project. And we're going to click create project. And this is basically starting out with a lot of examples of stuff inside Unity, basically, that we can kind of work with, and it'll help us sort of create a kind of like a little playground kind of game environment to like work around with, basically. So click create project. I've created my test audio project, and inside the hub, basically the deal is you first add the project to the hub project list, and then you click on the name once you've got it happening. All right, we have arrived. Let us do one more thing, because we need to do one more thing in order to be able to automatically open scripts up inside Microsoft Visual Studio Code. So we do need to do that. We have to go to Preferences, in this case, and then when we get this window here, we need to go and look under External Tools. External Tools is what we're looking for. And so basically what we want to do is we want to go here, we say external script editor args, and then that's fine. And then what we need to do is say Visual Studio Code. All right, and now once you've set Visual Studio Code up as your code editor, basically you're good to go. And that pretty much concludes how you're going to install Unity at this point in time. So we're going to get into the actual coding and scripting parts of the audio and stuff like that, and also maybe just a general overview of the audio system a bit too. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell, and if you have any comments, leave them in the comments. Happy to answer any questions. All right, take care.